Mr.
Mead?
Frango, we had an offer that as
Oh, you just went, we just
There we
lost
go.
you for a minute,
Can you
Mr.
hear me,
Mead.
Judge?
Just a second. Yeah, now I can. Yep, go ahead.
yeah, they're trying to hook my new internet in right now. The agreement was that if he pleads as charged, they wouldn't object to sobriety court if he qualifies. Plus, we agree that I can file dispositive motions if I find something later down the case.
Sure, sure. Okay, so Mr. Walling, I don't need to see you or you see me. I can just talk to you about this. And I know Mr. Mead has gone over this with you real clearly, but if you waive your preliminary exam, it just means there's no testimony taken in front of me. Your case moves on to circuit court with this offer that's open. As charged, no objection to sobriety court if you qualify. Obviously, Mr. Mead is still going to look into the case in great detail. He'll still be talking to you about it. He'll still be talking to the prosecuting attorney about it. But the case moves from district court to circuit court. There's also a waiver of the circuit court arraignment, which means you don't formally have to go downtown in front of the circuit judge. I don't know who you're going to be assigned to, but it won't be me. It'll be a different judge. And then normally people just waive that arraignment so they don't formally have to go in front of the judge and we just say not guilty. So it allows us to move this 5-year felony OWI third to circuit court and we say not guilty on your behalf, Mr. Walling. So far, do you feel like you understand that?
Yes.
Okay. And if you give, you know, we're going to be emailing over to Mr. Mead the 2 documents, waiver of the preliminary exam, waiver of the circuit court arraignment. If you're still at his office, when that paperwork is emailed over, you can sign it yourself. But we're in court and we've got like 3 more cases, so my clerk is the one that sends it over there. It might be a bit before she sends it over to Mr. Mead. If you give authority, Mr. Walling, for Mr. Mead to sign those 2 documents on your behalf, or if you're there, you can sign them yourself. But if you're not there and can't wait around, because it could be an hour, I don't know how long it's going to take her to send them, but you get my point. If you give him authority, then he signs them on your behalf, and we're doing exactly what we said today. Waive the preliminary exam, waive the circuit court arraignment with a plea of not guilty. Is that okay with you, Mr. Walling?
Yes.
Do you have any questions about that?
No.
All right, and Mr. Mead, can you think of any questions about anything else regarding the Walling matter?
No, I just think it's important we put on the record that we've agreed to preserve his right to file dispositive motion.
Yeah, you did put that on the record, and it is. That's why I said you'll continue to talk with the prosecutor, and you'd be able to present any motions that would be need to on the defense of your client, of course. I don't think anybody's going to stand in objection of that, assuming there's more information you learn later that would cause you to want to file a motion like that.
Correct.
Yeah, sure.
Court of Appeals case that we have to be real clear at this stage, otherwise we could be forestalled.
That's good, and it's good. It's always good to be doubly checked. That's what I heard you say, and that's what I believed was the agreement. Okay, so the other thing is, Mr. Walling, just stay in contact with Mr. Mead for any questions or concerns that you might have. When he finds out the date that's given to you guys for your circuit court case, he'll tell you right away. If you have any questions, you address them with him. Follow all the rules of your bond exactly. No alcohol, no illegal activity, etc. Pretty much get that, Mr. Walling?
Yes.
Okay. That's it then, Mr. Mead. Appreciate you and Mr. Walling zooming in with us today. My clerk, Amanda, will send that paperwork to you as soon as she can. You send it back as soon as you can. Hopefully today, Mr. Mead.
Your Honor, we already have a waiver of arraignment and a pre-exam conference form filled out.
That's fine. Then the only thing she'll send over is the preliminary exam waiver form.
That's correct.
Yeah. And the other ones you can just email to us.
Will do.
All right. Thank you. Sure appreciate it. Thank you, Mr. Walling. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Mead. Our next one, it looks like, is at 10:45, Mr. Hanel, or I mean with Mr. Hanel, that you talked to him already. And let me have Mr. Wieringa come on back in. You're right there, Mr. Jacob Wieringa? Okay.
Hello?
Now, your case was originally set at 10 and it's 10:35. So I'm just going to make the call, Mr. Wieringa, and say you can sign off. Sign in next week at 10 a.m. Same telephone number, same everything. I'll probably still talk to Ms. Paletta today.
Alright.
I know she'll contact our court. I'll tell her that you were on for 35 minutes and that I called it. So I'm putting it over for the prelim next week. It's no harm, no foul. It's not going to affect your case in any way, but we'll talk and make sure that we get it all squared away, okay? And I'll make sure I give you enough time to talk to her,
Sounds good.
okay? Thank you for being patient this morning and hanging in there with the Zoom. We'll be in touch.
We will. Have a great day.
All right, thank you. Bye-bye now. Yeah.